goal should be, for me, to create these people and or help in their creation.
Paul Thomas Anderson for Magnolia.
That is truly actually a very, very, very long and painful story.
And don't apologize. Let's just try and make a really, really, really fantastic movie.
They responded at the right spots, yeah. They laughed when they were supposed to laugh, and they kind of oohed and awed when they were supposed to ooh and ah, so I think they got it.
At just 26 years old, Paul Thomas Anderson did something extraordinary. He convinced Hollywood to hand him $3 million to make his first film.
It was my plan in high school that I wouldn't go to film school, but then, a couple years out of high school, when I wasn't instantly directing a movie.
That movie was Hard Eight, a small, quiet story about gamblers, loss, and unlikely friendship. It wasn't a big hit, most people haven't even seen it. But this is where it all began, the birth of one of the most respected filmmakers in modern cinema. In this video, let's look at how a young man with no major Hollywood experience got that opportunity, what went wrong behind the scenes, and how Hard Eight quietly shaped Paul Thomas Anderson's entire career.
I think I just wanted to make another movie right away because I was scared about expectations. And I thought I could cut them off at the pass if I just went right away and made another one.
You're watching Prime Cinephile, and if you love movies as much as I love, don't forget to subscribe for more deeply enthusiastic videos about cinema. Paul Thomas Anderson grew up in California, surrounded by movies. His father, Ernie Anderson, was a TV personality, and young Paul loved to spending time around film sets. But unlike many young filmmakers who dream of big budgets and action scenes, PTA loved the quiet human drama. People sitting in dinners, talking about life, guilt, and choices. At the age of 23, he made a short film called Cigarettes and Coffee. It was just 20 minutes long, made with around $20,000, a mix of his personal savings and a few small investors. The story was simple, 5 strangers connected by a single $20 bill. But the way he told it, with long takes, overlapping dialogue, and emotional weight, caught people's attention. When it premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, critics noticed something special. They saw a young filmmaker who already had his own style, natural dialogue.
You won't take my insults? No. You will take my insults.
Complex characters, and a deep love for ordinary people. That short film became his ticket to Hollywood. The story was expanded into a feature-length movie, and producers offered him a chance to direct it. That feature would become Hard Eight. Anderson's speech was simple, a character-driven story about a man named Sidney, an aging gambler who helps a young man, John, to get back on his feet. It wasn't filled with action or big plot twists. It was quiet, emotional, and honest, something very few studios were interested in at that time. But Anderson's confidence won them over. He didn't talk like a first-time director.
Ready? And action!
He knew exactly how he wanted the movie to look, sound, and feel. So when the producers asked how much he needed, he said around $3 million, and they said yes. At the age of 26, he was now directing his first Hollywood film. Anderson knew that casting would make or break this film. He brought in Philip Baker Hall, who he admired from a small film called Sacred Honor. Then came John C. Reilly, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Samuel L. Jackson, all of whom were rising stars at the time. What's amazing is that most of them trusted Anderson completely, even though he was much younger than them. Philip Baker Hall once said that Anderson spoke like he'd been directing for 20 years. The film was shot mostly in Reno, Nevada, filled with neon lights, smoky casinos, and empty motel rooms. Anderson and his cinematographer Robert Elswit, who would later shot There Will Be Blood and Magnolia, created a visual style that felt lonely yet beautiful. The movie's tone was slow and patient, like a poker game where every glance means something. It's not about winning or losing money. It's about redemption, forgiveness, and the strange ways people save each other. These are themes that Anderson would explore again and again in his later work, broken people searching for connection. But then came the hard part. Hard Eight was finished. and the studio wasn't happy. The producers at Risher Entertainment thought the film was too slow, too quiet, and not commercial enough. They wanted to make changes, shorten scenes, add faster cuts, and even rename the movie. Anderson's original title was Sydney, named after his main character, but the studio changed it to The Hard Eight.
Is that the name of the movie that I made is called Sydney, and it was retitled by the distributor and the company that paid for it. It just sort of sounds like a porno movie.
They took the film away from him and made their own edit. For the most new directors, that would have been the end. But Anderson wasn't the type to back down. He took his own cut, his version of Sydney, to film festivals, showing audience what he really meant the movie to be. The critical response was strong. People saw the promise in his storytelling. Even though he didn't win that fight, he gained something more important, respect from within the film community. Watching Hard Eight today, you can clearly see the early signs of what would become Paul Thomas Anderson's signature. The slow and deliberate pacing, the love for long, uninterrupted dialogue scene.
Hey, don't you fucking touch me, man! No. You shut up too! You're not the mother of me, and you're not my boss. You're not my mother!
The compassion for lost and lonely characters. There's a warmth in the way he tells stories, even about people on the edge of society. Sydney, John and Clementine aren't heroes. They are just trying to survive another day. And that's what makes Hard Eight so human. It's not a flashy debut, it's a filmmaker quietly announcing, I have something real to say. When Hard Eight was released in 1996, it didn't make much money, just about $200,000 worldwide. But Anderson didn't care, because even though the box office was small, Hard Eight opened the right doors. It proved he could make a full-length feature film with a clear vision, and it helped him to land his next project, Boogie Nights, a film that would change everything. From there came Magnolia, Punch-Drunk Love.
What's your name, sir? I'm Barry Egan!
There Will Be Blood,
I've abandoned my child!
The Master,
I make sure Ellie hates you! Your son hates you! Oh, they do! Who fucking likes you except for me? Nobody! Except for me!
and each one carried the DNA of Hard Eight. If Boogie Nights made him famous, Hard Eight made him a filmmaker. Well, he was just 26 years old when he got a $3 million chance to tell his first story to the world. He fought with studios, struggled to be hard, and still made a film that felt completely his own. Hard Eight may not be Anderson's most popular movie, but it's his most important one, because it taught him how to fight for his vision. And that's what great filmmakers do. They take the gamble, even when the odds are against them.
I could do it again if you need a close-up.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe to Prime Cinephile for more stories from the world of cinema. Because every great filmmaker starts somewhere, and sometimes all it takes is one film to set everything in motion. Keep watching films, keep inspiring, keep learning, and enjoy the greatest frames of cinematic beauty.